Today I just wanted to talk about how valuable your life truly is. You don't know how lucky you are to have what you have. You know, some people are crippled, they're missing a leg, a hand, they're missing an eye, they've lost something, they're missing teeth. They've got a crooked ass jawline. They're deformed. And you're just, normal. You don't have any of those negative traits. Maybe you have some sickness, but it doesn't matter. You have to be happy with what you have, because there's always worse. And you have to make most of what you have. That's why it's important to work out often. It's important to put effort in most things you do, and diversify yourself. I have both of my hands, and I've always wanted to draw. I've always wanted to do a manga, and I have the ability, the capacity, and I have the imagination to do it. I just have to do it and be willing to go through the flaws and go through the trials and be willing to do everything around it. The failures and the victories. You have the capacity to do most things in life. You should be happy with what you can do, not what you can't do. Because something you simply cannot do, you can't go back in time. I just started seeing some of those posts about, I wish I could just go back in time like in Click, just go back 18 years and, make my life better, but that's not feasible. There's no reason to dream for such things, or dream of being able to fly, have super strength. You should just dream about being the man or woman you can be, or you want to be. The superpower I really want to have is being the man I want to be. That's it. It's not about being Superman, Batman, having super strength, inhuman intellect, and all that crazy shit. I just want to be good for myself. Doesn't mean jack shit if I'm inhuman. I'm not human. There's nothing special about it if you're just unique from birth. You didn't have to earn it. You didn't have to do anything. You just got it. I've put tons and tons of hours into drawing before I, restarted doing it. I used to put so many hours into perfecting every drawing that I was doing. When I was in high school, that's what I was doing. I remember having this project that I'd work. I have worked on it like for nearly 2 months. Every single class that I had, I was working on it, and I was never satisfied. I'd even work on it outside of school, because I was so passionate about doing a great Zoro. I just wanted him to be not perfect, because I knew I couldn't make him perfect, but I just wanted him to be peak. Like, that's the best thing I can do with my abilities right now. But that's just not what I should have done. I should have tried my best, give it a week at most, and try something else, so I can get better at mastering different things, learning more, because I didn't learn much, because it was just trial and error. I suck at fucking drawing ants, so I'm just gonna erase it and retry. But what you should do is do that a few times, not for a fucking whole day, just to get the perfect ant that suits you. Just do it to the best of your abilities and try again tomorrow. That's it. It's the same as working out. You work out till you can't, and you try again tomorrow. It's the same thing, and you should just use the things you have at your disposal. You don't have to try and be incredible at your first try. You just can't be. You know, I want to give a league analogy since, you know, I'm drawing Draven today, and you know, I used to be fucking dog shit at ADC. I was just so bad. It's not that I couldn't do it or practice it. I just couldn't see myself practicing and being worthless at something until I get medium or average. So I just kept playing what I knew I could do. I kept one-tricking the things I knew I was reliable on, but I wasn't learning. No, it wasn't even fun playing the one trick I was playing. Garen is fucking bad, man. It's not fun. You're just running onto people, spinning, going back. Running onto people, spinning, ulting. Woo, that's gameplay. Like, his Draven has some bizarre mechanics. It's not just going onto enemies and spinning. You actually have to use your spinning axes, catch them, to inflict damage, because if you don't, you do minimal damage. And it's the only character in the entire game that has to juggle with things. It's so unique. It's not even that special. Juggling isn't like some unknown ability. It's just, that's how his power works. But you can't only rely on it. You can't just rely on your one thing that makes you strong. That's why you have to diversify yourself. That's why I learned to play every single role. Maybe I'm not master at every single role, but I've learned the basics of every role before diving into the role that I despise the most, and then I just played that role until I got good. And you know, after a year and a half, I stopped playing Draven and I just kept one-tricking other champions so I could diversify my pool of abilities. So when I do come back on Draven, because I just prefer him to any other one, I'll be even better. That's the point of me drawing different things every time, because when I'll come back on Draven one day or on Onizuka, I'm gonna be 100 times better. And that drawing in the future will be incredible. And it's gonna take half the time it took me today. It took me like 2 hours to do this. That's pretty big. Am I ashamed of it? No. Absolutely not. I'm glad I took this much time on it. You know, same as Gold Roger. It took me about the same time, but Gold Roger is One Piece. He's the man who enlightened dreams in so many people. Draven to me is the reason I still play League. Because he's just so odd. He's just unlike any other character in this game. He's just about glory, about being the strongest. And people, you know, just shit talk him, and he's just about shit talking, so you're just playing into his game. And you know, the spinning axes, I mean, he's just dope with the mustache and the attitude. And you know, most people see Draven as the most toxic piece of shit in game, and most people are surprised at how nice I am towards people. I'm not just full tilting and being mean all the time. I'm trying to be calm, conserved, be mindful, do the things I have to do, and when shit hits the fan, eventually, maybe sometimes I lose my cool. But I think when that happens, it's kind of deserved, but I shouldn't do it. I know I shouldn't. And that's a part of my keys. And the keys of this conversation, of this monologue, it's you have to play the cards at your end. If you know what you should be playing, play the cards you should play. Don't just play the hand you want to play. Play the things that make you the strongest. Might be hard, might not be easy to play it this way, but play on what's reliable and what makes you better. You know, working out isn't fun, or it can be fun afterwards. You know, after you're done with your workout and a few days later you realize how much strength you've gathered throughout this journey, and you're just proud of the progress you've made. And it's better to play your life this way than go with instant gratification, because you're not going to get much from it. I want to be this passionate about most subjects, but it's pretty hard. Today is unlike the others. I feel pretty energetic, and I don't know, it was just a good day. I've got some new ideas for the manga I want to make. I drew Draven and it's pretty fucking good. I'm happy with the results. I played towards the things I have to master, do better. And I'm just glad of the results of it. I know specifically what subject I want to be talking about. It's just about playing the cards at your hand and not being too tunnel vision on what you cannot do. Do what you can do, because some people just can't do any of the things you can do. So be grateful and mindful for the people who can. And try being the GOAT. Just try, you don't have to be. That's why you have to diversify yourself, because as I taught in the previous video or the one before that, being the best as its negative points. That's how I'll say it. But that's why you have to be good in almost everything you touch. You don't have to be the greatest, you just have to be satisfied that you put enough work. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't want to ramble and start slowing down, because that's what's been going on, and this is going to be unedited for once. So yeah, see you guys, take care.